Hi and welcome to this video on long exposures. I'm going to head down to the beach. It's a bit of a trek down to the beach, so we'll go down there. I want to cover a number of aspects of long exposure today. So I've got my trusty gear with me. I've got my Canon 90D with the 10-18 and 18-135. Those are primarily the lenses I'll be using today. I do have the 100-400 in there as well. Unlikely I'll be using that for long exposure. I also have a tripod, absolutely vital for long exposures. I'll also include a gallery at the end, so stick around for that. But I'll be doing long exposures covering just a few seconds right up to a few minutes and how you can capture those with and without neutral density filters. So let's head on down to the beach, get the gear set up, go through some of those exposures and what my thinking is to capture those images. And remember to stick around for the gallery at the end. Okay, so this is the first location that I've scoped out. We can see the rock, we've got the sun glistening off the rock, we've got a bit of movement in the clouds in the distance, but we've got the rock out to sea as well just here. So what I'm looking to do is the waves break on the beach, they come up and they roll back. So this is really excellent. So let me get my gear set up and we'll start to look at capturing our first image here. Okay, we're going to get the tripod set up first. We'll get the tripod set up. Make sure we've got it nice and firmly embedded. Spike feet on beaches, on tripods are absolutely brilliant. It allows the tripod legs to bury into the rocks and the sand, the pebbles, without any movement. So what I really like here is the way the waves are coming up. What I'm going to do for my first image is just capture this rock with the horizon. The horizon's pretty blown out at the moment. But what I've got, I'm just going to take a test exposure. I'm going to focus it on the sea. And at the moment I've got 1/80th of a second at f20, so I'll push the aperture right up. Okay, so that's given me an exposure, test exposure, nothing's blown out, so that's really good. Now we need to calculate our long exposure setting. So I'm going to use for this exposure a ND1000, which is a 10-stop exposure. Now, on this camera, anything up to 30 seconds is fine. So an exposure of 1/80th, I use an app called TP Exposure Calc, which will calculate that applying a 10-stop filter gives me a 13-second exposure time. There is a cheat way of doing this, and it depends on your settings on your camera. If you use exposure stops of half a second, then actually 10 stops is 20 aperture clicks on your dial. If you set it to thirds, which I have, the 10-stop one is actually 30 clicks on your dial. So you don't always need a calculator to get that accurate. Right, so mine will actually calculate that anyway. So let's see what I am getting now. My actual camera is giving me a 10 seconds, so slightly different. Every single filter, what I've learned, every single filter, doesn't what brand or anything you're using, has a compensation factor. So I'm going to take a series of exposures using just the ND1000, which is giving me a 10 to 15 second range depending upon how much of the white I'm picking up. Because we've got the white of the breaking waves, we've then got the pale blue and the dark blue into the horizon, plus the sky. So I'm going to take a series around this rock. I'll just show these now in a short gallery, and then we'll move on to the next scenario as well. One of the things to check out for when taking the images is also the actual breaking of the waves. It's a question of timing it when there's optimum white, is my experience. So try to get as much of the white within the actual image. So now as the wave hits the beach, breaks and then rolls back, you get quite a bit of white. So it'll be interesting to see what those look like in processing, because we're getting some quite nice little wave breaks right around this rock. And one of the other things that we can do is we can actually double mount these filters. So I'm going to put an ND64 on as well as the ND1000. Now my camera is really closing that right now. Just make sure that's it. Once you have multiple filters, you may get a little bit of vignetting in the corners. So just be careful of that. I'm getting a really big exposure now. I'm going to try one at 30 seconds and then I'll see if I can extend it beyond that. I've noticed as well in this scene that over here the rocks are being hit by the waves quite dramatically over there. So what I want to do is take a little bit of a clamber over these rocks and see what we can get from over there. First things first, let's capture our reference image. I'm going to focus on the water splashes in the foreground. We've got, at f13, we've got 1/60th of a second. So let me just capture that reference image, make sure nothing's burnt out. A little bit of burnout in the sky in the distance. So I'm just going to drop the exposure by a couple of notches. So we've got 100 at f13 now. Ah, oh, lovely. So no burnout. Excellent. Now I'm going to apply the stacked filters, the ND1000 and the ND64. Now that's given me over 30 seconds, so I'm going to now calculate how long that exposure is required. Remember the trick that I mentioned earlier, how you can use your dial to calculate that exposure correctly. Okay, so when using the bulb timer, it's important to do two things. The first one is, on this exposure, it's about 1:40, so I'll show you what that looks like in a second. One of the important things is to use the timer in the camera or the timer in your phone or whatever else it is. On my camera, the 90D, you have a timing capability. If you go into the menu, there is a bulb timer options within the menus. So I've set that to, at the moment it's 1:40. So I've set that to 1:40. Let's see how that goes. What I've found when stacking ND filters is you do sometimes have to compensate. So I normally use the calculation straight off the bat that it's come up with, and then what I do beyond that is then actually adjust up and down accordingly. So let's see what this comes out like, and that actually looks pretty decent. But one thing I forgot to mention on the previous images, quite often when using bulb and you've got your two filters in the front, your camera will not be able to focus. So it may be worth either pre-focusing and then switching it to manual so that you don't lose that focus point, or going into manual focus. But those are something you need to consider when taking long exposures and you've got stacked ND filters on the front of your lens. The important thing to remember during long exposures is really stability and the focus point. Because the shutter's open for so long, it's absolutely vital to have stability. I normally shoot with a 2-second timer, just let the camera settle anyway. The tripod's on solid rocks, on spikes, either that or it's on a beach or with spikes. So remember, stability is your friend when taking such long exposures. I'm going to take a little bit of a walk around here now and just capture some more, so please enjoy this gallery that I'll bring up next. If you have found this video useful, please remember to like and subscribe. Your support for the channel is massively appreciated, and I try to make this channel about photography first and foremost, and try not to include too much B-roll and all that kind of time padding. And I noticed the sea's starting to get a bit up now, which is actually good news. So enjoy this gallery, and please, I hope this has proven useful, and remember to like and subscribe, and I will see you soon.